Ladies and gentlemen, my name is XPC Reaper, taking a look at Prime World Defenders. This is another little library card edition for Trojan Horse Gaming. Now, I should just mention this game is released June 2013 on PC. We're just going to take a look at the options menu. This is all you get. Disappointing to say the least. Yes, this game can run on pretty much anything, but I want options menus. I want something which is going to be a little better on my PC, which is running a Radeon HD 7950, than something which is just a higher resolution than I can run on my laptop. I mean, this is an absolute disgrace. I mean, it says I'm running in windowed mode, despite the fact it's actually clearly full screened on my PC. You've got separate sliders for your music, sound effects, and speech. But unfortunately, in terms of an options menu, non-existent. Now, I've got a few friends that actually have this. Banana Joe and Alonzo Ryan. I don't know if Banana Joe actually has a YouTube account, but Alonzo Ryan you might know. Now you're probably thinking what these are. Okay, Mark, what are you just seeing there? This game is a tower defense game with a quite interesting twist because it's got a collectible card game mechanic, which is very nice. Ooh, blessed hammer. And right off the bat, you can't really do that much. Like, I've got fire towers and everything, but I can upgrade my fire tower. You can use different things, which is very nice, no question about it. Can I use, yes, I can use my blessed hammer. I'm going to use one of the fire towers. Actually, I'm going to use two of the fire towers. And I can see if I spent 68, this would go right up to level 4. Now each card has up to 5 levels. I can change this right here, and I could maybe see, what would my Rain of Fire be like, which is a magic one, or maybe what would my energy cannon do if I leveled it up with those cards. So I could go with those two and use the blessed hammer, and we could go up to level 4. Or maybe if there was another one which I didn't want anymore, maybe I could use another slowing tower. That might bring it up to that there. I could use a siege tower, which will bring it up to level 5, and that's 200 coins to bring my energy cannon up to level 5 out of 25 apparently. Okay, this one can have up to 25 levels? Wow. Okay, fair enough. You can use evolution, like say if I had 2 cards of the same type, like these 2 poison towers, I could merge to create an evolution 2, which means I'd be able to spend money in game to level it up. Now this store looks like it's based on microtransactions. You can't buy silver for this. You can only actually buy cards using your in-game silver or your stars. And it's kind of nice. Like, it's not actually just gonna cost me money in real life to buy this sort of stuff, but let's buy 3 cards, for example. I got a wooden tower, a slingshot, and a magic light. All 3 of those are useless, but let's show you a little bit of the in-game sort of thing. Now you can see down at the bottom we've got a collection. I've got Rain of Fire as my magic, I've got these as my standard cards. Our stock of prime is running low, needs set up an extractor. So right, fair enough. As it's loads, I'm just going to tell you, this game is developed by Nival, or Nival, or however you pronounce it. They are best known for King's Bounty and the Heroes of Might and Magic series. Both of those are very nice. Now this will only start once I build my first tower. But you can see the direction these are going to take. So they're going to come along from here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually upgrade this right off the bat to a high level. And then I could maybe put one here. And I could upgrade it. Now you can see all these different types of enemies are going to be attacking. And I have to basically build towers to defend against them. And if I build, for example, 3 of these towers, you can see the cost of that has increased. it really rewards diversity, because otherwise you're spending more and more resources on each thing. Magic wise, you don't have to spend resources on it, but each spell has a cooldown time. You can use right click, by the way, just to adjust where you're looking at, that sort of thing. These here are wagons, which are basically just filled with different enemies. And sometimes, like, there are a decent number of different types of enemy in this, but sometimes I feel like they could really do with more, because at the moment I've only seen... I wonder how many it might actually be. Whew. Actually, that's a good question. I think I've only seen about 6 or 7 different types of enemy at this stage. And I've been playing the game for around about... See if I can shift tab. Yeah, 7 hours in total. So this isn't exactly first impressions, but it's not far off. Because this game, like, I've done very little of the sort of quest lines. There are a lot of different mechanics in this, but this game does... It feels fun. I mean, don't get me wrong with what I'm gonna say. It doesn't feel like a bad game, but it does feel quite grindy at points. Like, if I want level 5 of every kind of tire, I'm gonna need to grind for that to get all these different things. I really do need to actually just spend an inordinate amount of time doing all this stuff in-game. But I suppose... Okay, collectible card games. Pretty much every collectible card game is a bit of a grind fest. It's either a grind fest or it's going to cost you an absolute metric F-ton of money, because they're quite a niche market. Well, not so much a niche market anymore. I think with things like Hearthstone and all coming out, they've become more and more popular, but it's very rare to actually find ones that don't let you pay actual money, or don't basically require you to pay actual money to get the best stuff in the game. And for me, it's almost a bit of a sort of dick move, the way games nowadays do seem to require you. It'll give you half the game right off the bat. Like, yes, I've bought a wide variety of different titles like Call of Duty and all over the years, but I've never really sort of complained too much about getting half a game before. I've looked at it as I'm getting a full game and then I'm getting DLC after this. But with collectible card games, on the other hand, it very much is, oh, I'm getting half the game unless I want to pay money out of my actual wallet, or spend maybe a few hours a day doing this sort of thing. So you can actually skip, or not skip waves, but you can force more enemies to come along and everything, which is kind of nice. And this does have Steam achievements, and it's kind of cool the way it has Steam achievements and all, because there are just a lot of different things in this which are cool mechanics. I think I might actually have bitten off more than I could chew at this stage. Yeah, I think I sort of screwed the pooch on that one. But I could maybe build that there, and yeah, I'm completely screwed, aren't I? Yep, I'm screwed. Okay, yeah, that was actually the stupidest thing I've ever done, pressing it that many times, but I can always restart, and to show you a little bit more, I can always press the double speed button, build that there, and then I can build this here, and get different prime totems and everything, and all that kind of crap you do in this game. It's not a crap game by any stretch of imagination. I'm not saying it is a crap game. I'm just saying, can we not do so much grinding, please? Because this game is a grind fest a lot of the time. A lot of this stuff, unless you're in a specific mood for this game, a lot of the time you'll be like, right, well, I'm not particularly enjoying the gameplay. It requires you to actually be in a particular mood to play this game, and quite often I am in the mood to play it if I'm on the laptop or something. But on a desktop right now, it's not something I particularly want to play over and over, because it doesn't interest me that much that I would turn down other games I could potentially play in favour of it. I mean, this right here, it's decent looking. I mean, if I zoom in on the things, there are no things which I think are particularly ugly. I mean, this does run on everything, so it's like, right, fair enough. You can't have ultimate fidelity, but at the same time, I also keep thinking, I'm on the PC. If I want a good game at all, if I want something with graphics, this isn't what I'm gonna go for. There's no way around admitting that, because it's not the sort of game I would go for if I wanted graphics or wanted multiplayer or anything, because it doesn't have a multiplayer aspect whatsoever. It's single player trading card, or not even trading card, it's collectible card based, because there is no trading system in this whatsoever. But it's functional. I mean, I don't have much in the line of positive things to say about this game, but it is functional, and when I'm in the right mood, this is an incredibly fun game to play. When I'm in the right mood. Otherwise, it doesn't really feel right sort of sitting playing this. I mean, at the moment, I enjoy strategy games and everything. I've been playing a lot of strategy games lately, but this at the moment is making me wonder, it's like, well, why would I pick this strategy game over any other? And if I was to be perfectly and completely honest with you, I couldn't pick a reason as to why I might pick a collectible card tower defense as opposed to any other form of strategy game. It's a niche thing. I mean, it's definitely a niche sort of element to it, because I think this is the only one of its kind. I think I might be right in saying that, but it's not really achieved critical acclaim or anything. It's not on the verge of being this absolutely tremendous thing which is gonna start off a big thing. I think this is part of a promotional thing. They were talking about this maybe tying into something based on the Prime World, and this might be sort of part of that little thing, but I don't know. It's not achieved enough of a success, I think, that it might be the start of a particularly big IP. It's nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like this game. At times, when I'm on the laptop, I love this game, because it's one of the few that my laptop can run. I mean, if I want a strategy game on the laptop, I've basically got three choices. I can play Warcraft 3. If I want a real-time strategy game, I can play StarCraft 1. If I want the sort of StarCraft style of real-time strategy and want different things, which is basically Warcraft 2 sort of era graphics, or I can play this, which is nice for, I suppose it's nice for collectible card games. I could say this is a good game for collectible card games, but it's peculiar. I can't ever decide if I particularly enjoy this game or not, because it's the same sort of thing. It's a strategy game. It's got tower defense mechanics, but it's also just a collectible card game. And sometimes the levels don't feel like they play out right unless you've particularly invested in one type of build. For example, I've got wooden towers and all. I've got a wooden tower which is built up to max. I've got poison tower and prime bomb built up to max. I've got like level 5 energy cannon. I've got level 3 rain of fire. My slingshot I haven't particularly invested in, and that's definitely going to be a detriment, because you need those pretty much to take out air enemies. So I could use these siege towers and everything. I can use that fire tower. I can use... No, I can't use that slowing tower because I need it. I can use this I can use all of these to level up this tower and pay 77 silver for it. But it feels like I've just grinded because I've just spent so much of my money and all on that. I could get a regular booster, or I can get a unique booster. I could get a unique booster, which is one card, or I can spend 2 additional stars to get that there. I don't remember how you get stars in this, if I'm perfectly honest. Okay, so we need to organize a defense on this one. This is an easy difficulty one, so right. Let's show you one of the other levels. There are basically only like, I think I've only seen about maybe 5 or 6 levels so far. And that's not particularly comforting in terms of things. I mean, damn it. I just realized I've built the completely wrong setup. I mean, I don't have boulders or anything. I've just got energy cannons, so I need to build these particular towers in order to spot my enemies and all, and I can use this here, and I can spot all these enemies, but these guys are trying to steal my resources and everything, and since I cocked up right at the very start, I think they're actually going to succeed in that. So I could build, say... No, I just realized I cocked up right there. He don't actually have the range to do anything there. There's a poison tower? A poison tower does. Okay, so we can have a poison tower there. We can have this energy tower. We can have a wooden tower here. But sometimes, like, I could just use boulders for this, but I didn't really realize what I was going into. And I completely forgot about the boulders. It doesn't ever tell you, right, are you sure you want to use this deck build? Like, I'd understand if you didn't. But it doesn't give you that indication. It doesn't tell you, it's like, right, you're not doing things the way you maybe should be right now. Maybe you should invest in something else. But it just doesn't. Sometimes for some missions it'll tell you, this isn't the build we would recommend. I mean, I'd say you're using a pretty bad build. But it doesn't always tell you that. In fact, it only does on specific missions. It doesn't ever warn you what you're going in for. So this game I always get conflicted about. I get conflicted because it's sometimes a little bit broken feeling. Not broken, actually, just not good. It doesn't feel like it's good enough. And then sometimes it feels like I'm playing an absolutely fantastic game. If I use this 2x speed and everything, yeah, things are going faster, yes. Things are actually happening faster than they would before. Okay, so that's a thing, but that on this desktop in my current mood today, like today I am in a good mood. There's no question about it. I'm in quite a happy mood. But it's peculiar because this game sometimes on the desktop it makes me wonder why I'm playing it, because I don't have the right tires, because I haven't grinded enough. And that's unfortunate. I almost feel sorry for the game sometimes because it comes at just the wrong time. It'll be something I'll boot up in a particular mood and I'll want to play it and I'll be like, yes, I can play this now. But then I realise upon playing it, wait, I don't want to play this. This is one that I sort of get bored with after a while. Like, at the moment I'm enjoying it, absolutely, but I'm going to be bored with it soon. No question about that whatsoever. And I couldn't sit down and play this for a couple of hours at a time. This is a casual game. This is a lunch break game for me. That's what this is. This is a lunch break game. And I feel quite bad for a game for actually having to say that about it, because saying a game is a lunch break game is... it's not really a credit to the developer. Oh yeah, this is the sort of thing I'd play if I didn't actually sit down and play a bigger title, or a more developed title, or a different title with a bigger production budget. This feels like a sort of game that I might play on the loo. If I was having a long time sitting in a loo, or maybe I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes, I could do an earlier mission in the time it might take me to take a dump. And ugh, just sneezed, unfortunately. Not something I do quite often, but it's unfortunate to have to say that, yeah, this game is worthy of my dumps. Is it worthy of the £7? It falls victim to progression. Progression is a good thing and a bad thing. Because what happens in a trading game? Look, I just got a fire tire. That's alright. I didn't have a fire tire before. Wait, I've had plenty, because it keeps giving me the same damn things over and over. Does it tell me how to unlock that sort of stuff? No. You've got these level up mechanics, which are nice, but it keeps making me wonder, okay, why should I play your game? Why should I play this particular title as opposed to any other one that I could purchase on Steam? And then I think about the price point and it's like £7. Do I really want to pay £7 for a title which is going to give me a lot of hours of fun? Once I've grinded past the beginning of it. Once I've actually beaten enough missions that I've got decent tires and I haven't had to go into my forge and look at, right, what do we have here? Oh, we've got a fire tire. Oh, we've got another fire tire. 2 mine traps. Oh, hey, look, poison tire and a prime bomb. That prime bomb, that'll be pretty useful. Or hey, maybe there's that slingshot. Maybe we've got slowing tires. We've got 2 of them. Do we have enough energy cannons? Do we have enough other types of tires? No. It keeps giving me common boosters and everything, but common boosters are not what I want. I don't want to sit down, like, you earn stars through playing campaign missions. This right here, better embodiment of strength and power. You know what? Fine. I'm going to play this here. We've got kobolds, satyrs, and a boss. I'm going to play this boss. And we're going to see if this boss is particularly difficult. Sometimes the bosses feel like they're difficult. Sometimes it feels like I'm sitting playing against the most stupidly underpowered enemies out of any game that there is. It doesn't ever feel right to me, this. So I can build that there up. I can upgrade all my tires. But I feel like some of the tires, once you get them up to the right level and you've maxed them out, are just overpowered. I wonder how long this boss will actually take. Look, he's taking a fair amount of damage there. I can use my powers to actually basically wipe out some of the other enemies so that I don't have to deal with him. Now if he gets to the end of the stage, he's gonna actually knock me out of the game pretty much. If he manages to run through and steal everything off me, he will actually kill me when he gets back to the start. But it still doesn't feel like enough. Take that. I mean, you can see he's down to about half health already, and by the time he's actually back, if I put this on 2 times speed, we've got more tires taking out his boys, so we can actually get more and more stuff happening. He has to go around this basically big maze just to actually get to that there. And then what's going to happen? Right. Okay, so he actually doesn't even have to run back. So it doesn't always tell you, right, this is what's going to happen. Sometimes it'll be like, okay, fair enough. Yeah, we should probably mention, you have to basically maze this. You're gonna have to maze this target out of the way. So I could take that out, but do I want to take that out? Will that actually be beneficial to me? And I can't tell. I don't honestly know if it's gonna be beneficial to me to take out these targets. Because that there is gonna open up a maze. And then, is that maze gonna help me out? Do I really want that maze to be there? Maybe I want to put a poison tower there. But sometimes it feels like, in fact, you know what, I'm going to restart and I'm going to test a theory of mine. I'm going to test what's going to happen if I plunk this tower down here and I put it on there so it's got upgraded completely. And then I'm going to put this down here. Then I'm going to load this onto here. And he's going to take out these towers. And this right here, this tower, is killing each of these enemies in one shot. And the poison damage is doing the rest. I mean, look how much sort of damage is being dealt to each of these opponents right off the bat. I'm killing them in one shot, right off the start. Why? Because I've grinded with these particular towers. And that doesn't feel like a good mechanic for me. It doesn't feel like the game should reward me for grinding. Because I've played so little of the main storyline, but I've played a ton of the side missions. And right, you can see I did more damage to him there than I did before. Right, so what are we going to do? We're going to try you. We're going to level you up to the max. And we're going to put down a tower, or a slowing tower, so that you move slower, significantly slower than you otherwise would. We're going to level you up. And we're going to put it on a double speed and we're going to see what's going to happen. And I bet you anything, this time around we're going to have much more success because we're fighting an enemy which is getting slowed, which is alright. He's getting slowed down. And we're able to do more damage to him with these particular towers because I didn't do the main quests. I just started grinding. And that's not a good mechanic for a game. It's detrimental to my enjoyment of it that it should be this grindy. Right, so I can't beat that mission with my current units. So we're going to exit to the map. And let's see, what way could I actually do things? Maybe I need a different type of booster. Maybe I need to level up some of my cards a little bit more. How can I do that? Let's go into the store. Let's play and buy these towers. Maybe I could buy a starter set which is 4 cards. Maybe that'll give me something decent. Maybe if I get 2 more stars, I can buy that unique booster. But can I? No, because I haven't grinded enough to actually complete this mission. It's going to give me 3 cards, but what use are those 3 cards, or 3 stars going to be when I'm just having to grind the entire game for it? I mean, like this. Let's see. Each of the waves inflicts 160 damage. Is my Prime Bomb better? 300 damage on explosion. 40 second recharge. 8 times 160. So this is going to give me a total of 1,280 is going to be my damage from that every 106 seconds, or 160. And this is going to be 1200 every 160. But I can use this more frequently and focus it on the enemy, which is actually going to do. What about my mind traps? What are these going to be like? I can deal 270 damage with them. Alright, fair enough. That'd be a fair amount. If I upgraded them a lot, that might actually come out to a significant amount. But the progression in this is just ridiculous because this game requires you to grind in order to beat it. It's not to make it easier that you have to grind. No, it's to beat the game. You actually have to do all this stuff. So ladies and gentlemen, my name has been XPC Reaper. This is Prime World Defenders. It's available for £6.99 on Steam. If you want to grind, okay, go for it. You grind and you play it, and you grind and grind and grind so that you can actually do all the things you want to in this game, so that you can actually complete it. This is a big size map. I imagine we're going to be going up this way, and then we're going to be continuing up here, maybe go to here, and then maybe we're going to go across around this way or something and down here. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of campaign in this, and we've also got these side missions. So you've got a lot of content in it, but you're going to have to grind for it. This is worse than Final Fantasy grinding, because this is more time consuming. So ladies and gentlemen, if you see this on sale, I could recommend picking it up. Maybe if it went on sale for about £2.33, which would be about 66% off. Or maybe if it was, I suppose if it went down to £3.49 or £3.50, then I could say, okay, pick this up. Because for £3.50, this is going to be a fun, enjoyable title which you can play on any computer system pretty much. But for £7, I can't recommend it. I would shop around before purchasing this. If you can't find it for less than £7, I personally wouldn't recommend it. Because there's no trading mechanic in this. You can't say to your friends, hey, can we trade cards? I need this card and I notice you need this card. No, that's not going to happen. This is a single player collectible card game. Completely single player. So, unless you've got a lot of free time, are looking for something to play while having a dump, or really, really desperately have been waiting for this style of game to come out, then I would say avoid the full price, but purchase for a sale price. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been XPC Reaper. You've been watching the library card. Thank you very much for joining us, and see you next time.